Hey guys, so John and I are having a wild Saturday night and we are heading off to Aldi, so we thought you guys might want to come along with us. We suckered my father-in-law graciously offered to watch the crazy kiddos for us so we could run to the grocery store. And apparently I missed the dress code memo. So yeah, here we go. Let's go. It's gonna be fun. I'm sure this is where all you mamas want to be right now, is at the grocery store again. So always looking for quarters at Aldi.
Yeah, we
always
found one.
lucky.
We're good.
Never never been stranded. You want the coconut?
These ones are the bomb, yeah.
Oh, you will get one of those, but do you see what's that? Look. Do you remember these?
I
They're
do.
like pancakes. They taste like pancakes and syrup. Okay.
Okay guys, these right here, this whole cookie section is like ridiculous. These are pretty dope. The best ones, where are they at?
Are these?
Those are really good, but where are the ones that we got last week?
Oh, right in our cart.
These ones right here are the best things you'll ever eat. And they're imported from Germany. I don't know how to film on this thing. What are those? Are those more cookies?
We come for the health benefits of Aldi. Pumpkin bread, do you think the kids would like that for toast?
Oh yeah.
Organic seed you later pumpkin. Butter. Bella makes that cinnamon sugar bread toast.
Alright. My dad has been watching the kids a lot lately. I just got this text of dessert part 2.
Say, oh no.
But look how they're holding Annabeth.
Oh, so cute. And the rest of the week's dessert.
That's all dessert. There you go. That's what's
Not on
up.
our list. We've gotten nothing on our list. He wasn't being productive enough, so now I'm filming and he's, yes, sliced bell peppers and lettuce. I've lost him. I've asked him for help and he's totally gone. This is John in the grocery store. This is why when he asks to come, I'm like, are you sure you want to come? Did you find it? You forgot? Alright, we're trying something new because I'm so bad at cooking breakfast. Thinking like if I get them something like this, then it'll hold them off until I'm ready to cook at like 7:30. This is a section where we always get in trouble, are all the different like seasonal and like, I start finding things that I think would be good for Christmas and John's always like, keep going. Anyway.
We found mozzarella sticks wrapped in prosciutto. Lots of good stuff.
Thanks, John. Thanks for that special report. Like, see? Doesn't everybody need a mini frying pan? And also a mini square frying pan? This is where I get in trouble. Because I see everything and I'm like, oh my gosh. Don't we need Oreo O's? Don't we need pumpkin cereal?
Look how cute these are.
Yeah. Cute banana bread pan. See? See, he gets me.
Tiffany blue.
That's my favorite color. I like something else that comes in a Tiffany blue square box as well.
Yeah.
Alright, John's checking out and I'm just quadruple checking that there's nothing that we need for sure. You know, no tablecloths or duct tape. Maybe this is why he comes with me to the grocery store now. But we're getting kicked out. The store is technically closed, but I thought I could buy some time if I looked while John's unloading. All right, $197. We were hoping it would be around 200, and that includes diapers and paper goods and a bunch of gluten-free stuff for my father-in-law. Grab some coffee for my dad. And we always like to bag stuff up in the parking lot because I don't know, because look how big our cart, how full our cart is. It's just, that's what happens when we're inside. I know. I need to get, well, I don't want to get something for the car. Okay. Is that good? How messy are we back there? Okay. Okay, so John's not gonna look at the camera while we drive. I wanted to talk about kind of like how we've been doing since he left his job. I know you guys have been asking like, how are we doing? What was the transition like? And we just haven't had much of a chance to sit down and film anything. So we're sitting down now, and I have my camera.
While we drive home from the store.
I'll hold on to it, yeah. How, do you want to talk first? How has the transition been? What's been the best part of it? What's been the hardest part? And just, if you aren't familiar, I'll put the link up here to the video that we made about him quitting his job in the first place. He left his job back in February. He was with the company for 12 years. The hours had just gotten really long, and it had gotten to the point where, and oftentimes on weekends as well, he was just working before, I mean, basically sunrise till maybe 11 p.m. And the kids just weren't seeing him. And he had another opportunity to partner with his dad's business. And so he took that opportunity. So that's like long story short. So now, how has it been?
Yeah, before I was with the other company, I worked for my dad for a short period, well, not a short period of time, I was with him for like 7 years. So I'd worked with him before, but our relationship, we still had a lot that God was working through. And it's just funny how the 10 years, 11 years that I was with the other company, in that amount of time, how God restored the relationship between my father and I, and how now I'm back in the family business, and we have probably the best relationship we've had in my whole life with him. So that's really cool. That's a really neat thing how God's totally
You're driving so
changed
slow
all that. This is hard. Talk, steer, and drive.
Okay.
The transition has been a little crazy. It's been good.
No, say it ain't
No.
It's
been really good. The company I was with was really good. It was like the busiest job you could think of. I was nonstop thinking about what I had to do next. My mind was always focused on the next commit time. It was nonstop, go, go, go. So when I got home, it was nonstop, go, 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 because I was stuck in it for 12 hours. So that's been really difficult, you know, allowing God to be my rest and not to be controlled by the go, go, go personality.
Right, which is easy to do with 4 kids, because there's always something that can be done, or somebody that can be tended to, or... Right,
so I think the reason why leaving the other job was such a good thing is because it revealed just how busy our lives were because of it. So when I got home and there was all this time, and I felt the need to fill the void of time by completing all these projects, or trying to complete all these projects, it made me see that, wow, I'm feeling like I need to stay busy because I've been busy for so long.
Yeah.
So the good thing is even though, you know, it's been a little crazy and chaotic because of all these things that have been happening, I'm realizing that for the first time, not just in our marriage, but in our family's time, but in my life, really, I'm learning to allow the Lord to be my rest. And then from Him, everything else flows together with Him. Rather than me accomplishing all these things and then coming back to Him at the end of the day, it's resting and allowing Him to lead. And the new job I have is like, It's like a cakewalk compared to what I did. So I honestly feel like I'm cheating. Like I'm cheating somehow.
That way.
It does, because it honestly feels like I don't want, like, cheating, not cheating the system, but like, you know.
Well, the system we were used to.
Right.
And we had made so many, like, our schedules were so, like, tight. We had it all figured out. Like, we had it figured out in a way that worked in order for us to, you know, thrive under those conditions.
Right.
That now we are left with, like, all this extra free time.
Right.
And like you said, it's easy to want to fill that time, just learning for that time to be. But yeah, it feels like for what we've been used to, our entire marriage, our entire parenting journey, homeschooling, and just everything that we've ever done has been in those parameters of no flexibility with our schedule. So now to have that flexibility, to have you come home like you're supposed to be. He comes home around like 4:30. There's no street lights where we are. So sorry, it's really dark, I'm sure. He comes home around like 4:30, but sometimes he gets home at like 3:45 and it's like, oh, what? That's so weird. Are you allowed? Does anybody know? Like, is it okay? Yeah. But all the guys got off early that day or something, you know? So it just feels, because of this other company, if he got home early, it's almost like you had to like hide and not tell anybody that you got off, because then people would be mad, like, how'd you get off and whatever. So it was difficult. So there's that. Yeah, it feels like you're cheating, because
well, and we're the one of the things that's like amazing is we've been taking a lot of family walks in the evening time, and that was like, man, that was unheard of. We would not do that. I mean, I would barely get off. I would never get off when it was light outside, and if I did get off when it was light outside, you just, you know, I was in the rush of dinner bedtime routine. So
yeah, it was like a once every couple weeks thing if he got off when the sun was still up, and then it's like we almost were like scared to enjoy it because we didn't want the kids to ever get used to it. I remember that too.
Yeah, and I had the opportunity to be an assistant basketball coach for for my son's basketball team.
That was really cool. So has there been like anything that you did not expect to happen when you came home? Like, did you expect, like, is our system at home, like the bath time, bedroom time routine, what you expected, because you're new to all of this? So what's it like to be kind of more of a part of our family's daily schedule? Is it crazy? Well, are you enjoying it?
I think what's funny is when I first got home, we tried to create like some kind of evening schedule, like a routine, which we have stuck by. We still stick by, like when dinner started, when to start the bath time routine, when to get everybody in bed, and the stuff that we do. Sorry. Anyway, and what was funny is I remember thinking when we created this schedule for a bedtime routine, I was like, man, dude, this is too much stuff. We're gonna stick by this every night to get them in bed? Like, this is crazy.
It's like, we need more flexibility, babe. Like, we can't just have like only 2 hours after dinner and then like, what? It's like boom, 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 teeth, bath. Like, there's no freedom there.
But now, like, holy cow, if you don't have the routine of getting them in bed, next thing you know, it's 9:30 and you're like, get in bed. You know?
I know.
So like, yeah, I used to be so lax when I got home from my other job, because I had to be the fun dad, because 24/7 I was gone. So when I got home, I had to be fun and relaxed. So if I didn't want them to go to bed, or I was like, you know, I wanted to have some fun time with them, of course I wouldn't enforce the normal routine that was. But now that I am home, I'm seeing the other side of it, that if I stay, you know, fun, lax dad, then it's a one-sided parenting deal, and they don't respect me, and I'm not really respecting, you know, them or myself by doing that.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah, I'm seeing that's totally different. I'm seeing the necessity for some kind of structure and routine with the house.
Okay, and let me ask you too, because with your other job, you were on your own for the most part every day, except for like your morning meeting and at the end of the day. So how has that been being in an environment where you're around other people all day long and then coming home to an environment where you're around people all day long. How's that been? Is that like, I think you are kind of like a busy personality, so you probably enjoy that, don't you? I think that would break me. I couldn't, to go from that extreme.
Yeah. Wait, repeat the question.
Are you serious?
What do you mean?
Well, from going from a job where you were on your own all day,
oh, okay.
You're going to your new job where you're around people all day, and then coming home to the kids, hectic. Because he comes home at like the witching hour, like the worst time of day, like 4 o'clock. Every mom knows that's like legit the worst time of day, because your kid, like the house is no longer clean if it was clean, because everybody loses their mind. It's like 3:45 on the dot, and like nobody's happy, everybody's hungry, dinner's already cooking, so nobody's allowed to eat. How, what's it like?
So, I like it.
You do?
Yeah.
Really?
Because when I was with
like a chipper guy, huh?
When I was with my other job, my favorite part was like the social interaction, when there was social interaction. So I enjoy it. I love the routine of coming home and the wind down, and definitely, I like it. I look forward to it.
So nothing negative? There was nothing unexpected about it? Because I have quite a bit I can talk about. Nothing, well, there was not anything like...
You know what? This is... The negative, honestly, is the effects of the former schedule on the family. Yes,
you're right.
What I've seen that, and listen, like I said, I've said this before in one video, a few videos back, about how there are some people who go overseas or who have way more time away from their kids than I have. But with that being said, the schedule that we had before, should I wait?
No.
The schedule that we had before did a lot of damage to the family. It did. And I am seeing a lot of the consequences of me being gone for a long time.
Yeah.
Our oldest daughter, you know,
she's struggling to find her place, I think, which is really sad, but I'm also so grateful because I see opportunity for the Lord to restore that still. Right. But she was like kind of another adult in the house when John was gone, because I needed her help. Like, I mean, I didn't use her to where she was no longer a kid and she had to help me run the house, but she was my go-to if I, you know, if say I had to like jump in the shower and like make sure, you know, that the other kids don't go outside while I'm in the shower. And so now, I'm not sure why it's so blurry, but it doesn't matter because you couldn't have seen us the whole time anyway. So now, like, we definitely had this whole like, daddy's home now, like, you're off the hook kind of thing happen. And I think she got a lot of her time with me that way. And she got a lot of kind of her little self-worth out of how much she was helping. And so yeah, she's definitely, but yeah, thankfully we've been able to kind of help guide her in that, and we've been aware that she needs a little bit more time in the evenings with us than maybe the other kids do. But yeah, that has been hard to see kind of what he's been missing out.
It's not just her too. I mean, our boys, like, definitely, I've seen God restore a relationship with our youngest son, that him and I really had a distant relationship when I worked the other job, because when he was a baby, I was working like 14-hour days. And I was not around him at all, so we did not, when I would get home from work, he would run to Abby, and he would not, you know, he wouldn't want to be around me. But I've seen God do some pretty awesome things with him and I. And now we have a pretty tight bond.
That's been really cute. It's been really, really cool to see. There's stuff with Eli that I never thought, I don't know, I just like, I kind of just thought things about his personality, but it's been like amazing to see just different areas of him that have kind of matured just by having John around. And then Jesse too, like, I have the opportunity now to see, he was the one that I probably butted heads with more, and now train tracks. Okay. Now I've had the opportunity to kind of just enjoy him more and not just be, he's the one who struggles to keep up with our routines and needs a little bit more of a reminder when we're getting ready to go somewhere, we're getting ready to do something. He needs the warning that, you know, math is coming up in 10 minutes kind of thing. And so because we just had to be on a schedule, I was constantly reminding him, or just constantly like on his case, I feel like. And now that there is more time for rest, it's been so nice. Okay, so from my side of things, I think my life changed the least because I'm still at home, I still homeschool, I still have the same kind of responsibilities as far as like the household responsibilities that I had before. And I knew that I was gonna struggle the most. Of course, I like love that John's home now, and I love the family dynamic. But it has honestly been really hard for me to have just another adult in the house. And of course, if I was gonna choose any adult to be in the house, it would be John. But it's just been hard for me because from the time that we got married, I actually used to hate being by myself. I remember like when I would try to make laundry a social event. I would go over to my mom's house like, hey, I wanna do some laundry. And you know, like I had my own washing machine, but I just wanted to be with people because his days were so long. And you know, and then eventually we had Bella, and I don't know, it's always been just me kind of running the show. And so John has, like we were saying, like he's got a big personality, he's wanting to do things. It throws me off, but in a good way, because I couldn't keep surviving with these like systems that I had in place, because if anything ever deviated from the plan, I would just melt down, because that was the way that our life was. Like it had to be so routine, it had to be so consistent. So I think initially when he left, maybe the first 2 or 3 months, like I think I was having this like inner meltdown the whole time, just because everything felt different. Even though we had almost created a new kind of schedule, the new schedule just felt so wrong. Kind of like what he was saying, that like we felt like we were kind of like, what did you say? Like cheating, yeah. And so for me to not have to clean at 10 o'clock at night, because I had the opportunity to clean at like 4 o'clock in the afternoon, that kind of stuff is really weird for me. And I didn't realize how much I was kind of like just living in survival mode. So that's been the hardest transition for me, is just having another person around. I almost went from one extreme to the other, to where I felt very capable of doing everything, to where I caught myself once, and I don't know if I've told you this before, I think I've said this online before, caught myself asking the silliest questions, like, is it okay for me to put nuts on this cake? Or like, do you mind if I get store brand this instead of that? And he'd always be like, wait, are you really asking me that question? But it just felt so awkward for me to have another person around, that I didn't really know how to handle even the smallest decisions all of a sudden. So that was a little crazy. And that was another kind of revelation of, we didn't realize how we had managed for so long. There were a lot of things that we didn't even know we were kind of missing before. So that's been enjoyable for sure. I've loved getting to know the kids a little more, and I've spent so much time with them, but I never got to just sit down and really enjoy them. I felt like I was just almost like role-playing happy sometimes with them, because I just felt so disconnected, because I always had a laundry list of things to be doing. So I think the most amazing part of all of this is that we got to go away. We got to go on a nice little 4-day cruise for our 10th anniversary. And we would have never taken that opportunity to go away. We've gone away for like a long weekend for our anniversary each year, but it's always been a nearby resort town, because we live in Florida, so we have that kind of available to us. But to be able to take like 2 work days and then 1 extra work day to kind of recover from that and spend that time together, and it just felt like we were reestablishing our marriage, in a sense that this is like who we are now. We get to do things like this. We get to invest more in our marriage. Our date nights are so much more consistent and less fear-based. I think before it was like, we have to have a date night on, you know, this many times a month, just to make sure that we're doing okay as a family and as a couple. So now they're just more casual and enjoyable, and I'm not worried about when our next date's gonna be. And you know, this is just a season of our marriage that we've never really gotten to enjoy, and we're just really wanting to spend a few years just getting getting to know our family, getting to know each other better, and even ourselves. So, all right. Okay, so we're home now. That's that. That's how our lives have been since he came home from his old job. So it's been really good. It's been really sweet. It's been a little bit difficult, apparently only for me, because
it's been hard.
I mean, no, I'm joking, but
of course it's been hard. It's just, it's a good hard.
Yeah, it's
what we had before. This is seriously. It's funny. I've joked with my good friend and our pastor a few times. What it is now it almost feels like we're on vacation.
Yeah,
we made the best of what we had, but so now on the other side, like I said, when it feels like cheating, it feels like, man, it feels like we're on vacation.
Yeah. Switching gears. Yeah, I don't think that, and I don't think, you know, bad things would have happened if you would have stayed. I think that we ran a really tight ship, and we found joy. We were able to find joy in small things, and we were able to have a lot of family time together. So the only reason that we are saying like, oh, it was so horrible, it was so terrible, is just because we have something different now, and it happens to work better or work really well for our family. But I don't regret any of the time that he was with that other company. There were a lot of really amazing things, and we really trusted and leaned on the Lord during some difficult seasons, and he brought a lot of beauty out of that season. So we'll end it with that. Thanks for hanging out with us. We've got to go inside and rescue my father-in-law, who probably didn't mean to sign up for that long.
No.
And unpack these groceries. So thanks for hanging out with us, guys. See ya.